Hello you guys, welcome back, bienvenidos a mi canal. So today I have my birth story, giving birth to Isabel Rose, which is about to be, who's about to be 1 year old in 3 days. Well anyways, I want to get right into the story because it is kind of long. I'm gonna try to make it not that long, but I just wanted to show you guys tell you guys what I went through through my birth, giving birth to her, and then postpartum, so after what I've gone through, which is starting off. My pregnancy was pretty smooth for the most part. It was tough because I would vomit a lot, pero I've always been like that. Like siempre me ha dado like asco things. Like I've always been the type to throw up and like exagerar when it comes to that, so I was used to that, but I hate it. But anyways, that was good compared to, you know, what other women go through. But when it came to my pregnancy, everything was good. It was just okay, sorry. Okay, so excuse me if she starts screaming and stuff, mom life, you know. Anyways, so around my 3rd trimester, you know how they do that pelvis test? So my OB had told me that no. During my 3rd trimester, they do like that pelvis test, on like the checan ahí abajo, like make sure everything's good and all that. And everything was good, but it was really narrow, so it ended up coming down to me having to have a C-section scheduled. So I already knew that I was gonna have a C-section. Like literally when the dude would put his finger, I had a male, I was totally comfortable with him and it was cool. Así es, ese no se abre, it's just like that. Guys, sorry for the millionth time. I'm gonna keep saying sorry probably like a million times. Anyways, so had to have a scheduled C-section and I was scared, but I like whatever, I had to do what I had to do. So the day came and it was the day of my birth, December 29th. I had to be there at 5 a.m. so I packed. I did post a video of my what's in my diaper bag going to the hospital, what's in my hospital bag video. So that day, it was like 3 in the morning when I filmed that, and I was going to go to the hospital at las 5, so I didn't sleep anything. My husband and I went with my parents and then my brother, and then I had a couple family members, and everybody was like there. It was like so beautiful to see, you know, the support, and like everybody was excited to meet baby Belle. So then, okay, so then we get to the hospital, and I had already gone like a month before to do the tour and knew exactly what room I was going to be at. And I got like an upper level room just because I didn't want a small room, since I knew like people were going to be staying with me. And like, you know, with C-section, it is like 2 to 3 days worth of staying there. So I did do that, and then I also had already filmed all the paperwork, so I just went straight in there. They put my little thingy right here, and then they started putting my suero and like all the good stuff that they put on, and I was perfect. Like I was not nervous whatsoever. I was just like praying, you know, nombre sea de Dios, and like I'm doing all this for my baby. Whatever I go through, just breathe and just feel what your baby's going through, and nombre sea de Dios. So then the anesthesiast, is that how you say the anesthesiast? Whatever the heck, I can't say it. Oh my god, like the anesthesia, whatever the heck. The dude came and he's like, we need to put your epidural, so we're gonna have to come with us, but hubby has to stay in the room. He's not gonna be able to be in the room with you. I don't know why they told me that, but whatever. I just trying to be as nice as possible to the people who were gonna do all that to me, you know what I'm saying? So I went, and then husband stayed there. He was so tired, by the way, pobrecito. So I went into the room, and they began to like, I remember they put me on a bed, and then there was like 3 ladies in there, and then they put like a warm cover on my legs, and it felt so warm. Like I felt like I was really cold, so I felt really warm. And then she's like, okay, sit up and you're gonna hold on to me, hug me, and then I have a pillow. She put a pillow in between us, so I was kind of like that, and I was just praying. Like, honestly, I just prayed El Padre Nuestro. By the time I finished praying the Padre Nuestro, everything was already done. And I even asked her, like, did it go in already? Like, is that it? She's like, yeah. I just felt like the tiniest little pinch. That's it. That's it. So then I started feeling, you know, like numb, and like I started feeling it. And then the guy was like, just so that you know, your blood pressure will go down. It is totally normal. So if you feel like throwing up, if you feel nauseous, it's perfectly normal. You might even faint, but hopefully not. That's what he told me. So then as soon as he told me that, I started feeling nauseous, and like I needed to throw up, and like I could hear my heartbeat go faster. And then like they were looking at the machine and they were like talking their codes. I don't know. So I was getting kind of scared, but my husband was there, so he's like everything's good, like calmate, like don't worry, everything's good. And he asked them like, hey, is everything good? And they're like, yeah, everything's good. It's just you know, it went down a little bit lower than what we expected, but we already gave her medicine for that, so to help her out with that. So they put like a little vasija here for me to throw up. So I turned over, I was laying down, and I was like throwing up like liquid stuff, obviously that stuff. So after that passed, they were telling me, they're like, okay, we're gonna be ready to do everything. They had put the little thingy so we can't see what's going on. They asked my husband, like, you're free to stand here next to us if you want to see like your baby, like in the process of what we do, but if you want to be there with your wife. So I was like, no, you need to stay right here next to me the whole time. Gracias, thank you. So he was sitting there with me holding the hand, and I'll try to insert like a little clip here.
Voy a seguir grabando, pero no te voy a grabar ahorita.
Por lo de, para pasar a la...
No, right through here. It's a baby album,
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo, bendita eres entre todas las mujeres, bendito es el vientre, fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor está contigo. Padre que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre, venga a nosotros tu reino, haz tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día, perdona nuestras ofensas como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en tentación, líbranos de todo mal. Amén. ¿Qué otro?
That's the front.
Santa María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo, bendita eres entre todas las mujeres, que es el vientre.
Alright, Dad, you have the camera ready?
Yeah. Oh, aquí.
A lot of pressure from the shoulders.
Times one. Little peanut.
What's your phone ready to get on?
Baby.
Oh.
Baby. What do we have?
Suck it off.
Girl.
Girl. Still a girl.
What?
Yeah, let's get back to this. Go ahead.
You're strong.
Cut. Pass.
Oh, little mama. Happy birthday. Aren't you pretty?
You get gas? Pass the percent. Oh, sorry. Gas? No.
vas así ya.
Pour dry. I'm not pour dry. Ooh. Little McCutcheon.
Bien chillona. Salió chillona a ti.
Daddy, you want picture?
Yeah. I can go over there?
You can come see us.
Ahorita vengo.
Yeah, she's beautiful. There's your photo.
Say hi, Bill.
Made it out, no problem.
Say hi, Bill.
So yeah, as you could see, that's what happened. Baby came out. I was so emotional. I couldn't even cry. Like, you could see my eyes go like that, pero no se me salían las lágrimas. I was just overwhelmed, and like, I was honestly praying because I was so tired. I was like, Dios, God, give me the strength, give me the energy to keep going right now, because I'm so tired. Like, I know I still have to go through the first touch, through the breastfeeding, paperwork, transfer to room, say hi to the family, like pictures, like everything. I knew I had to go through all that, so I was praying for like the energy for that, you know. So I was really tired, and said, I don't know how I went through, but I knew God was there with me the whole time, so that's why, you know, I was able to continue with everything. So then they put her on me, and then that's it, you guys. Like, honestly, obviously there's more details, but when it came to my birth, everything, gracias a Dios, was so smooth. Belle did have jaundice or whatever when she came out, so she did have to be under a light machine. She was a little yellow, and you could see in the picture she was pretty yellow. That has to do with like the liver or something like that. So thankfully they said that it was at a little bit below normal, so they weren't that worried about it, but they did want to, you know, make sure everything was good before leaving the hospital. So we were there for 3 days. So Belle was born at 8:08 a.m. on December 29th, and we left the hospital on New Year's Day, so January 1st. So now to the real tea, was the aftermath of that. If you are pregnant and you are expecting your first child, please do not take this with like in a bad way. Don't take it negatively, because everybody's situation will be different. Your situation will be absolutely different from any other person that you hear on here. I remember I would watch videos of this cuando yo estaba embarazada, and I would freak myself out, especially with knowing what people went through. So don't do that, you know. Don't look at it like that. Just try to get like tips and tricks from whatever mom went through, you know. So I'm just telling my side and what I went through. So when it came to the postpartum, there's no bleeding. I mean, there's no like excessive bleeding, just like the regular bleeding, like if I was on my period for like 2 weeks, which was cool. I mean, I was so exhausted and busy with the baby, I didn't even have time to think about that. So I had digestive issues after that, and they told me that I would, and especially my iron level was really low. I did become anemic during my pregnancy. So that took like a whole month to get like situated, because it would just be like so bad. Like, I would only go to the restroom like 3 times a week, you guys. It was really bad. So then I started watching what I was eating, and I was just taking a lot of fiber and stuff like that, and I was drinking a lot of water. So thankfully things ended up being good. But then the second thing happened. I began to have like pain and stuff in the middle of my stomach, and then it started going to the back. So then I was like freaking out, you know, because I'm like, what the heck is going on now? You know what I mean? So that was like around May, so like 4 or 5 months after surgery, after giving birth. And I ended up going to the emergency room, and they ended up doing an ultrasound, and they ended up telling me that I had gallstones. So I didn't end up needing surgery. I got it on July 5th, and then so after that, my digestive issue has just gone to shit. Like, it's pretty bad, but I'm trying. It's a work in progress. They told me that the recovery could be like up to a year, maybe even more sometimes. It's just a matter of you, you know, eating the right foods and avoiding fatty foods. Yes, see, so I still have complications here and there, but you know, life is a struggle, but you just got to learn how to live with it and just stay strong and continue on. I'm just going to focus on not worrying about that situation anymore, just letting it be. Pero, you know, other than that, everything else is just going smooth, you know. So that was what happened during this past year. So it's been a lot, but it's totally worth it after having my beautiful baby girl, you guys. So thank you guys for watching. I will be posting more videos, and I will have Belle's birthday shenanigans party, little mini party, for you guys. So God bless, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.